Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. In this video, we're going to learn a new subtopic which is 16.2 preparation. Okay, so the learning outcome is actually as preparation of carbonyl. Okay, so this is actually the three process here, but it's actually revision saja untuk kamu sebab ni alkene chapter 12, Friedel Crafts acylation from your benzene chapter 13 and oxidation of alcohol chapter 15. So without further ado, let's look here. Okay, so we have number 1 is ozonolysis. Ozonolysis is actually for the reaction of alkene. So this is actually the two reactant, tapi usually kita guna zinc H2O. So what happen to this reaction is we will add oxygen to our carbon-carbon double bond. Before that, what we're going to do, carbon-carbon double bond tu kita akan cleave the bond. So the rest tu I'm just going to write it down again lah. So I have my CH kat sini dengan CH3. So double bond kekalkan sahaja. What we're going to do, we're going to add oxygen to both of our carbon pada double bond kita. So that's for example A, which is this is our carbonyl. So let's look for example B pula. So example B ni we have our cyclic structure. Yang ini suka numberkan dia, remember. Yang ini kena number yang the opposite one. So this one I'm gonna show you macam mana kalau buat yang cyclic dulu. Nanti kita buat macam mana jadi straight chain. So carbon number 1 dengan 5 we have our methyl. So I'm just gonna retain it. What I'm gonna do now, we're gonna add oxygen to both of our carbon-carbon double bond tu lah. Untuk our carbon double bond O tu. Ataupun what we're gonna do straight chain. We have 5 carbon. Lepas tu kita tengok pada carbon number 1 and 5 is where we have our double bond tu. So we're gonna retain the double bond tambah O. Tapi lupalah spray pada 1 dengan 5 tambahkan methyl please. Okay. So that's for ozonolysis. Now let's look Friedel Crafts acylation, where this is for benzene. So R ni is actually any of your alkyl group lah. It could be CH3. Kalau example ni boleh jadi CH3, CH2, any of your alkyl group. So actually how does this reaction occur? We're going to substitute hydrogen on our benzene with our RO ni. Okay, so with our not CL kita tak nak. Kita kan dia bukan CL tu, dia RO ni. So CL ni akan substitute dan gabung dengan hydrogen. Let's look example A. Here we have our benzene, but our CH3COO CL ni I'm going to do expanded. This is my acyl chloride. Okay, tapi tolong betulkan acyl chloride kan bukan ROCl, so dia akan jadi RCOCl. Okay, so this is COCl kita. R kita adalah methyl. So we're going to substitute hydrogen with RCO. So what does it mean? This is what we're going to substitute to our benzene. Okay, pada benzene tengok kita ada 3 bond. So maknanya lagi satu bond tu is our hydrogen. So hydrogen ni akan gabung dengan chlorine to form our byproduct HCl. So what is left? Kita akan gabungkan dengan C double bond O CH3CO lah. Sebab hydrogen dah bonded dengan Cl. Okay, so that is left. So kita buat C double bond O CH3. So that's for example A. So nanti dalam Google Form please give me the name for this. Nanti Miss akan labelkan soalan ni. Okay, so now let's look for B. So what we're going to do, remember we're going to substitute hydrogen with RCO. So dalam case ni hydrogen akan gabungkan dengan chlorine. Okay, so I'm just going to write down my byproduct. Okay, so how about my product ni? Benzene ni kekalkan saja, akan bonded to C double bond O. Okay, so kita nak bonded dengan HCl dah gabung. Kita gabungkan dengan our benzene straight away to C double bond O. And pada C double bond O, we have our cyclohexane. So this is actually the product for B. Okay, so just a revision Friedel Crafts acylation ni, what gonna happen is that H of our benzene akan gabungkan dengan chlorine. So the rest of the compound kita akan substitute. So now let's look for the case of oxidation of alcohol. Okay, so oxidation ni we're gonna remove 2 hydrogen, satu from our hydroxyl, satu from our carbonyl carbon. So carbonyl carbon is that carbon that contain OH. So for example, I'm gonna draw it here. Kita ada alcohol kita dekat sini kan. So what will happen is that I'm gonna remove hydrogen. Hydrogen tu we're gonna remove 2. So hydrogen tu satu pada OH, another one pada hydrogen bonded to carbonyl. Okay, so let's look here. So kita tengok dia adalah primary alcohol akan form aldehyde with PCC-CH2Cl2. So what I'm going to remove, remember remove OH, hydrogen from OH dengan hydrogen from our carbonyl. Okay, and then once undergo oxidation, COH tu akan jadi C double bond O. Okay, so kita tengok dekat sini, we're gonna draw balik. Okay, tapi sekarang ni carbon ni kita dah buang satu hidrogen, OH jadi double bond O. Okay, tapi lagi satu hidrogen tu kita kekalkan lagi. So this is actually the product. So kalau example B ni lagi senang sebab skeletal kan, senang kita punya constant COH jadi C double bond O terus. So I'm just gonna draw this structure. Jadilah double bond O. Senang lagi skeletal sebab we don't have to show the removal of hydrogen tu, but we know we're gonna remove this once undergo oxidation. C and D, try it yourself. Okay, now let's look for the oxidation of secondary alcohol. So the reagent there could be PCCCH2Cl2 ataupun KMNO4H+. We're gonna retain the same product, ketone. Okay, kalau kita tengok primary alcohol ni, it's only PCC sebab kalau contohnya primary ni kita guna KMNO4H+, kita akan form carboxylic acid. Tapi for the case of secondary alcohol, be it strong ataupun weak ataupun strong oxidizing agent, dua-dua akan have the same product, which is ketone. Okay, so now let's look for example A. So what we're gonna do is that, okay, yang untuk secondary ni senang nak buat, which one is my carbonyl carbon. So di tengah-tengah ni, I'm gonna remove the hydrogen, and then I'm gonna remove my hydrogen from carbonyl dengan hydrogen from OH. Okay, lepas tu COH tu jadi C double bond O. So I'm gonna just draw the product. Okay, so again COH jadi C double bond O, hydrogen tu kita dah remove. So this is the product for question A. Okay, question B ni sebenarnya kalau nota kamu tu tolong betulkan sebab ini ni tertiary alcohol. So betulkan kalau dalam kamu punya nota tu, what I'm gonna do adalah buang sahaja one of the methyl here. So jadi OH saja kat sini. Okay, so kalau tertiary memang tak boleh undergo oxidation. So when we when we classify this alcohol here, dia adalah secondary carbon, dia ada secondary alcohol. So what we're going to do adalah kita remove hydrogen from carbon tu and remove hydrogen from OH. So jadilah C double bond O. So that is actually the product for question B. So that's the last of it. As you can see, the preparation of carbonyl mostly kita belajar adalah revision.